Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition met the greatest earthquake ever known. High on the rapids, it struck their tiny raft and plunged them down 1,000 feet below to the land of the lost.
Come on, get out of here. Come on. Will, come on, Holly, let's go.
To the land of the lost. To the land of the lost.
Quick, come on. Come on, let's try to circle around. The carrot patch should be just ahead.
And that's not all, look!
What is this, a convention? Every time we turn around, there's another dinosaur.
They're everywhere today.
We better stand back, come on.
Another close call. Lucky for us, the Spike's so nearsighted.
Lucky for you don't have any more of that perfume. I mean, Spike may not think we're much of an afternoon snack, but we'd look awfully funny as a hood ornament.
Everywhere we go today, a dinosaur is.
Hey, I know a place where there wouldn't be any dinosaurs.
Uh-oh, this sounds like another one of your famous explorations.
In fact, I know a place. Remember we saw that gold gleam up on the mountaintop?
No?
No, you don't remember?
No, we're not going. It's too far. The last time we saw a gleam on the hilltop, Dad got shocked by those two blue crystals.
Well, look, it won't happen again. I mean, we learn. I mean, we never make the same mistake twice.
Always a new mistake. And besides, you know how I feel about high places.
Oh, Holly, you'd be okay. And besides, it'd be fun and... Well,
yes?
Well, it's one place I can guarantee that we won't run into Grumpy and company.
Okay, you win. Come on, let's go.
Oh, hey, wait for me. Oh, hey, watch the loose rocks.
Hey, I thought you said this would be easy.
No, I didn't say it was going to be easy. I said it was going to be fun. Hey, you want to rest for a while?
Here, come on. Wow, it's a long ways down.
Turn that around. We've climbed a long ways up.
Well, I know that. Why do you think we're so out of breath? I've been climbing so hard, Hey, I've been concentrating so hard on climbing, I haven't had time to get scared. Huh.
Well, you have nothing to fear, but...
Fear itself. I know, but that doesn't always work.
You want some more water?
No, thanks. Some view from up here, huh?
Yeah. Come on, let's get going. You ready?
Ready. I think.
Okay. Easy, come on.
Boy, we sure are high up. Look how far you can see.
Yeah. Hey, I wonder why they put a pylon up here.
You gonna open it?
Sure, why not?
Well, just be careful. Remember what happened last time?
I'm only gonna look. Maybe it's different inside. I mean, they must have put it way up here for a reason.
Hey, Will, you better be careful. The Skylines might get you.
I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm just gonna look.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna go in. If anything happens, it's gonna be your fault.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Will, you made lightning!
Sorry, it was an accident.
You said you wouldn't touch anything.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Hey, this matrix looks a lot like the one Enoch has down in the Lost City. The one that controls the time doorway.
You did it again. Will, you better come out of there.
What's happening now?
I don't know. You better come out and look at this yourself, Will. Will, turn it off!
I don't know how to stop it.
Will! Look! It came from that shimmering light.
Great. Hey, where'd the shimmering light come from?
You made it.
I wonder if... It's just like the river. It came all the way around.
Look, Will, a parachute.
The shimmer must be a time doorway. I did it. I opened it, and something fell through.
Someone, you mean? Hey, do you think you could put it back the way it was?
Put it back. We can go home now.
But how? With a ladder?
We'll figure something out.
Hey, we better go see who came through it. The parachute came down near the swamp.
Yeah, and whoever it is might be in danger if old Grumpy's hanging around there. Come on.
Yeah.
Now, he looks dangerous.
Yeah, beat it, Spot. Scat! Go on, pick on somebody your own size. Go on! Beat it, Spot. And go play with Grumpy.
Hey, I sure am happy to see you, kids. Where am I, and what in the heck was that?
That's only a celophysis. It's omnivorous.
I don't much care where it goes to church. It sure has got bad manners.
Hey, you all right?
Well, I think so. My glider got chewed in half at an embarrassing moment. Well, I guess I lost my bearings on the way down.
I'm Will Marshall, and this is my sister Holly.
Beauregard Jackson of Fort Worth, Texas, at your service.
Our place is off this way. We'll be able to get there before dark. Hey, I think we ought to get you down out of there.
Nothing would please me more, son.
We live up there.
Wouldn't it be easy to buy yourselves a house?
Well, it saves us from Grumpy.
Come on, Mr. Jackson.
Up this way.
Dad?
Did you bring anything home that's edible?
Daddy.
Dad, this is Beauregard Jackson of Fort Worth, Texas. He came down in a parachute. Mr. Jackson, this is my father, Rick Marshall.
Marshall?
A parachute? Well, I guess you had a bit of bad luck, Mr. Jackson.
Well, I don't think Mission Control is going to be quite that polite, but if you'd be so kind as to point me to a telephone, I'd appreciate it.
Well, the nearest telephone is light years away. This is another world, a closed universe. It's not quite like Earth. I mean, this place is filled with dinosaurs and monkey-like people that we call Pakuni. In fact, it was built by the ancestors of some giant insect-like creatures that we call Sleestaks.
You from Texas?
No, why?
You sure do tell some mighty fine stories. If you'll please help me to a phone, I'd appreciate it.
Will, the fly swatter, come on.
Move over.
Ready?
Yeah.
Now, that'll take care of him for a while.
You'd think after a while he'd stop bugging us.
Was that a dinosaur?
Sure, I told you. That's Grumpy.
Uh-huh. So there I was, making re-entry over Ecuador. The plasma field was building up over the heat shield, so I couldn't see too much of what was going on.
Mr. Jackson, that doesn't sound like any glider I've ever heard of.
Well, sure, son, it was a hypersonic glider. Wow. Same as I've been flying for the past 6 years between Phoenixport and Space Station 5.
A spaceship?
Well, not a real spaceship. I mean, these gliders don't go to other planets like the pulse ships. They're fun to fly and safe enough. But this time, something cut the tail off my glider. Next thing I knew, I was hanging from my parachute in that tree.
Wow.
There's a radio in my capsule. Of course, it wouldn't do much good here, would it?
Now, there's a way out of here, Bo. A fellow by the name of Enoch was pretty sure of it. We just haven't been able to find it yet, that's all.
You mean there are other people here?
Oh, Enoch's not human.
Well, what do you mean, son?
Well, Enoch's one of the people who helped build this place. He got trapped here when he fell through one of the time doorways.
Did he ever get out?
We never found out. We're not sure, but we think that the pylons have something to do with the time doorways. There's so many of them, and each one seems to lead to a different world or a different time. Well, take you, for example. I mean, you must be from some time in our future. Where we come from, we don't have any space shuttles yet.
I'm starting to feel awful lost.
Don't worry about it, Bo. Tomorrow will be a better day. Why don't we hit the sack? I think I have an extra blanket for you. Will, clean up this, would you?
Yes, sir.
Will, you're gonna have to tell Dad sooner or later.
I know. Tomorrow. Mr. Jackson's probably gonna kill me.
He'll be mad, all right.
I don't think I've ever heard it so windy.
What's that?
I don't know. I never saw it before. Will, did you?
Dad, I did it. I mean, Holly and I were playing around with one of the pylons yesterday.
You what? All right, you better tell me about it.
Well, Dad, I didn't mean to. Thought maybe that I could open one of the doorways to home, and I was touching some of the crystals on the matrix table. And... Hey, look, Mr. Jackson, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to strand you here.
You little buzzard. So it was you. I always did want to visit another planet, but this is not what I had in mind.
Dad, I could have put it back, but I was afraid I might make it worse.
Now, that was good thinking. Do you remember the crystals that you touched?
Yeah.
All right, then maybe we can undo the damage.
Hey, now, wait a minute. That thing is a doorway, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing I came through, and it's still open. Might be able to get back through it if we can get to it. You wouldn't mind getting back about 20 years after you started now, would you?
Well, of course not. We just want to get back. Let me see. It's 50 to 60 meters up. Well, there's a lot of hills around here that are a lot higher. Maybe if it passes close enough to one of them, we could jump into it.
Maybe we could make it do that.
You mean fool around with a pylon again?
You like it here, Marshal? I think the boy's right.
I guess he is.
All right, then let's find my survival kit. There's some things we're gonna need. Monofilament line, binoculars, my parachute.
Okay, this way.
What I don't understand is, why do you need your parachute?
Yeah, you spent a half hour rolling it up.
Notice the wind?
Yeah.
My glider was 15 miles up and still moving at a half a mile a second when that thing grabbed me. The other side of that gateway is still moving through the Earth's atmosphere. 15 miles up, half a mile a second. That's where the wind is coming from, because it's moving. Now, once I go through that gate, I can free fall all the way down to where I can breathe the air. But after that, I'm sure gonna need my parachute.
Wait a minute, Mr. Jackson. We don't have any parachutes for us to get back.
I know, and I'm sorry about that. Once I get through and I get back to his ship, I promise I'm gonna come back for you. Will, you wanna show me where that's at?
Yeah, follow me.
Is that your pylon?
Yeah. Hey, don't touch anything, though.
Eventually we'll have to. That gateway doesn't go near any high points except one, and that's a long way away. Wait a minute, maybe it does pass close enough. Let's see.
What'd you see?
I told you, you'd think I'd gone out of my mind.
It's one thing to know about it, but seeing it...
Dad?
What is it?
It's like the river.
Let me see. It's us! It's us on that hill. That hill's this hill, isn't it?
It's like looking all the way around the world.
I told you this was like a small, closed universe. You're not going to be able to help us, Mr. Jackson.
Well, why not? I can fly a glider through that gateway. It'll be just like docking at a space station.
The other side of that doorway is moving. The wind's pouring through it right into our side. And at a half mile per second, nobody can dock with that. If we don't close that doorway, sooner or later, that wind's going to turn into a hurricane. And it won't stop rising until all of the air in this valley is moving at a half a mile per second.
Marshal, sometimes you're scarier than them dinosaurs.
Dad! There's skylines!
Skylines?
They're friendly sometimes. We had a problem with the weather once and they told us how to fix it.
They're kind of a living machine. They're the watchdog over the environment. Holly, give me those binoculars. They're signaling us. Green, yellow, red. Blue, yellow, red. It's a long sequence of colors. All right, we're going to have to try it. Maybe they'll help us stop the wind. I want you both to wait here, watch the skylines, and tell us if anything happens. Okay. Come on, let's go.
Bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
This is something else we haven't been able to figure out yet.
Don't try to explain it to me, Mr. Marshall. I'm confused enough already.
Well, let's give it a try. Okay, green, yellow, red. Blue, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red.
The wind, Dad!
Something's happening to the wind, Daddy!
The skylines are still flashing.
What sequence of colors?
It's the same. No, wait. It's different. Green, yellow, green. Blue, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green.
Green, yellow, green. Blue, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green.
That's making it worse!
Hold on.
Daddy!
It's still there. Dad, the shimmer's still there. The gateway's still open.
Well, I did everything that the skylines told us to do. Somewhere we've made a mistake.
They're still there. And they're still signaling. It's the same thing. I thought you said they control the weather.
The weather. That's it. We've made a terrible mistake. The skylines have nothing to do with the time doorways. They were trying to tell us how to stop the natural wind. But it isn't a natural wind. So the signals just made it worse.
Hey, Dad, look! It ain't the skyline!
The skyline got sucked right into the gateway.
The wind's building up again.
Look, Marshal, all this is getting us nowhere now. I gotta get out of here.
Look, we'd like to too. We're just as anxious as you are. But there's nothing anyone can do as long as that one and only time doorway is acting as a giant hurricane. Whether you have to slow it down or shut it down.
You shut it down, you'll be cutting off my only way out.
Would you rather be alive or dead, Mr. Jackson?
That's a good question, Mr. Marshall. A man's got to do what he's got to do. Now, look, you're going to have to experiment in order to try to shut it down. In the process, I might be able to make it through.
All right. You might have a chance. But just one chance, Jackson.
That'll be enough.
All right. Tell me what's happening outside.
Making lightning.
What now?
Nothing. Wait a minute. You did something. That shimmer just took off like a bat out of Philadelphia. Slow it down. See if you can make it turn. You got an angle toward the ground. Try to level it off some. Get your eyes in a little. You still haven't made a turn yet. Dang, it's getting too far away. You did it. You turned. Watch out, it's going into the cliff. Chocolate.
Hey, it came right up the side of the mountain.
It's below us.
All right, Marshal, you made a turn to the right now. Now turn it to the left until I say whoa.
Okay, just remember how to do it. Is it working?
Now hold it. Just a little bit more. Hold it right there, that's fine. Can you bring it up a little? Hey, hold it! That's it, it's coming right at us.
The wind is less now, isn't it?
I must have slowed it down. It looks like it's coming right down our throat. If it isn't high enough, you can climb up in the pylon. If it isn't less now, it's strongest in the gate. That's the source of it. Marshal, get your kids out of here.
Well, what about you?
I'm going home.
Good luck, Jackson.
And the farewell stuff. Come on, get out of here. Come on.
He made it, didn't he?
We'll never know. Gateway's gone. It destroyed the pylon. I guess we'll never be able to open up that gateway again.
Well, I guess we'll have to find another pylon.
You just wait a minute.
I'd catch you fooling around with another pylon.
There'll be no television for a week.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
let's go home.
When I look all around, I can't believe the things I found. Now I need to find my way. I'm lost, find me. Living in the land of the lost. Living in the land of the lost.